I found the best way to find dust in my house. Just wait till you see what we've got.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Studio D. We're out here in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, in the SCSR new compound kitchen. And today we've got the UWANT V500 right in front of me, which is specifically designed for dry floor cleaning, with a couple of features that make it especially interesting for cleaning around the house. And there are two features I really want to concentrate on in this video. And the first is the green light dust detection system. And now we've all had floors that look clean, but then as soon as the sunlight comes through the window and hits them, you can see dust everywhere. The V500 here is designed to help you solve that problem. It projects a green light across the floor at a 110-degree angle, and that gives you a wider illuminated area that can reveal hidden dust and fine debris that would otherwise be difficult to see. And the second thing I like about this thing is the automatic dust collection. The V500 here has an 0.4 liter dust cup. But when you return this to the docking station, the debris in that dust cup automatically gets transferred into a 1.8 liter dust bag. And according to UWANT, that dust bag can provide up to 60 days of hands-free dust collection, depending on how often you vacuum and how much dust you're picking up. So today, we're gonna test both of those features. We're gonna put the V500 through some real-world dry floor cleaning tests. And so hang out with us today from Studio D in New Smyrna Beach. Let's get this video started. Joe, I know you're in Jacksonville somewhere. Roll that clip.
Let's get into it.
Now, the first thing we got to do is get this thing put together. Let's go ahead and assemble it. Dust box into the base of the dock and fix it. What's the dust box? To the base of the dock. Now let's start with one of the biggest features that separates the UWANT V500 from a regular vacuum cleaner: its docking and self-emptying system. The V500 has an 0.4 liter dust cap. So as we're cleaning, that's where the dirt and the dust, the pet hair, and other debris are initially collected. But here's where things get interesting. Instead of manually removing and emptying the dust cap every time you clean, all you have to do is return this to the docking station and let the automatic dust collection take over. Once docked, the system automatically pulls the dust out of the V500's 0.4 liter dust cap and transfers it here to the 1.8 liter dust bag. And you can actually hear that self-emptying process taking place. And this is one of those features that might not sound like a huge deal until you start using it every day. Instead of constantly opening the dust cap over your trash can and potentially getting dust back into the air, the dock takes care of that job for you. Now, UWANT says this 1.8 liter dust bag can last up to 60 days depending on your usage. So when you're finished with the V500, put it back on the dock, let it empty itself, and get ready for the next cleaning session. Now let's move on to one of my favorite features about the V500, the green light dust detection. The V500 projects a green light at a 110-degree angle across the floor. This wider angle helps illuminate a larger area and makes fine dust and small debris easier to see. So let's test it. I'm looking at this section of the floor right now, And at a first glance, it really doesn't look that dirty. Well, there might be a little bit of dust here and there, but nothing that immediately jumps out to you. Now I'm going to bring in the V500. Look at the difference here. With that green light projected across the floor, you can see fine dust and particles that were extremely difficult to spot before. And because that light is being projected at that 110-degree angle, we're getting an illumination across a wider section of the floor instead of concentrating the light in one tiny area. Now I'll run the V500 through here and we'll see what the exact same section looks like after cleaning. Now, when we go back over that area again with the green light, we can actually use it to help identify any spots we may have missed. And that's a really useful feature because you're not just assuming that the floor is clean, you've got a visual tool helping you find that hidden dust. Now, let's put the actual cleaning performance to the test. And remember, the V500 is designed for dry floor cleaning. So we're going to concentrate on the types of messes we'd probably normally encounter around the house. I've put some everyday dry debris on the floor so we can see how much the V500 can pick up in a single pass. I'm going directly over the mess with the V500. You can see it picking up the debris as we move across the floor. I'll make another pass from a different direction and use that green light to check whether anything was left behind. Again, this is where the dust detection system becomes useful because some of these smaller particles would be very difficult to see otherwise. Now, this is the part of the video where I was going to test for pet hair, but guess what? There's no pets around, but the V500 can easily handle pet hair. And pet hair seems to find its way everywhere. It collects on the floor, around furniture, at the baseboards, and sometimes you don't even know how much you have until you start vacuuming. And then after you do all that pet hair removal, the vacuum's 0.4 liter dust cup will automatically empty into this 1.8 liter dust bag right inside the dock here. And another thing I always like to check is along the edges of the room, because that's where dust, crumbs, and pet hair like to accumulate. I'm going to run the V500 directly along the baseboards. And we'll use that green light to see exactly what's sitting on the edge before and after we clean it. And now you see me moving the V500 around some furniture so you can get an idea of how it handles in a normal room. Now, this is a much more realistic test than simply vacuuming back and forth across a completely empty floor. We're moving around chairs, getting close to furniture, and hitting those areas where dust and pet hair actually accumulate. UWANT rates the V500 for 55 minutes worth of runtime, depending on the cleaning mode and operating conditions. That should give you plenty of time for routine cleaning around the house. And when you're finished, you simply return it to the dock where you can recharge it and automatically empty the 0.4 liter dust cap into the 1.8 liter dust bag. Now, after using the UWANT V500, I think what really stands out is how UWANT has combined everyday cordless vacuuming with features designed to make that cleaning process way more convenient. And that green light dust detection is actually something you can see working. And by projecting that green light across the floor at a 110-degree angle, it helps reveal fine dust and hidden debris over a wider area, including particles you might miss if you're just looking at the floor in regular lighting. And then there's the automatic dust collection system. The V500 collects dust in its 0.4 liter dust cup, and when you return it to the docking station, it empties it automatically into the 1.8 liter dust bag. And depending on your usage, you can get up to 60 days of hands-free dust collection. If you've got pet hair at home, you can quickly grab the vacuum, clean up the fur and debris around the house, put the V500 back on the dock, and let that self-emptying system take care of the rest. Now, if you're interested in purchasing the V500, I'll put a link to this down in the video description. Be sure to check that out to get the latest pricing, promotions, and availability. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to Supercar Street Racing, Second Car Street Racing, our other channel. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Tell me, would you use this on your floors at your house? Make sure you turn on notifications, but I've got to get out of here right now. I've got a lot of cleaning to do. Joe, when I get out of here, turn that camera off.